Will the market go up or down? Should you lock in or float? Find out this and more with Master of the Markets, hosted by Barry Habib of MBS Highway. Brought to you by United Wholesale Mortgage.
Does your wholesale lender do this for you? Free customizable marketing materials, online loan tracking for your clients, returns your past clients to you, and complimentary client retention campaigns. Don't you think it's about time you found one that does? Partner with United Wholesale Mortgage and receive these benefits and more.
Welcome to Master of the Markets. I'm Barry Habib at MBS Highway, and this is created exclusively for Mortgage News Network, brought to you by our good friends at United Wholesale Mortgage, where I've got to tell you, it is all about you discovering tools that you will be able to beat your competition with and create more business opportunities. So last week we did get the big jobs number. We also got some important housing data. And start with the housing data because it's coming in kind of like Goldilocks, just a hair under 5% national levels of appreciation according to Case-Shiller. And the great thing about this is that this continues to be sustainable. The more and more housing data that comes in, the more encouraged I am. Now, we continue to see numbers, and it's right on our site on MBS Highway for every single market around the country, that affordability remains very strong. The job picture is still pretty good, and we'll talk about jobs in a minute, but we are not seeing excessive levels through many parts of the country of appreciation. We're not seeing a lot of overbuilding and construction. So once again, almost like Goldilocks, and we've talked about this in the past, the levels of income that we're seeing increase, 2.5%, 3% annual increases in income, very easy to sustain a 5% rate of appreciation. And once again, just look at the charts that we provide for you and the tools that we provide for you so that you can articulate this to your clients and your referral sources. This is amazing to see how powerful just 4%, 5%, especially, or 6% appreciation can be to wealth creation. So long as we don't see overbuilding, we don't see the markets get too hot, we should see this continuance of very favorable conditions for real estate. And we've been talking about this for a very long time. One of the first ones that went on CNBC in 2011 said this is the turning point. Nobody else agreed with me, but we are now starting to see that over the past, obviously 4 years, 3 years, real estate's been very strong. But all those demographics going forward, the baby boomers, still a big demographic, but they've now been eclipsed by the millennials, and they are just on the cusp of starting to be first-time home buyers. And just when that kind of crests and rises up, you'll have that second time hit from those people as well. So I think the housing market looks great into the future. All right, jobs. You know what? Very disappointing number on the jobs front. Expecting over 200,000, got 142,000 new jobs. The labor force participation rate, absolutely abysmal. The worst it's been since, welcome back, Jimmy Carter era of 1977. So not a very good job in getting people to participate in the labor force. What's the reason for that? It's very hard to say. Maybe it's not one particular reason, but a lot of the smart folks that I talk to think that many of these entitlement programs make it awfully easy to gain benefits and not be out there in the job market. So what does that do? It's a smaller pool of people that are in the labor force, keeps the unemployment rate down at around 5%, but it also means that on the higher level of employment, the higher level of job where you have skilled workers, college grads, you know the unemployment rate is around 2.5%, and that means people have to pony up for those. Once again, this does bode well for the housing market, although for the labor market, it can be a little bit frustrating. Now, with regards to the Fed, we did have the Fed talk about the fact that they were not going to hike rates. We know that the Fed is looking at things like inflation, like this jobs report, and Friday's jobs report certainly was not something that has the Fed thinking, hey, it's time to hike rates here. Now, they said that the meeting later this month, late October, is what they call a live meeting, meaning they can actually hike rates at this meeting. But to me, I don't think that they're going to be able to do it, especially in light of this poor jobs report for the month of September. All right, as far as interest rates go, it was very volatile. And what can we expect ahead? I think more volatility. And if you watch the stock market, it's almost like a seesaw. The stock market has gotten extraordinarily volatile with huge swings to the upside and huge swings to the downside. The bond market, interest rates, they have responded kind of the opposite. If the stock market has a great day, interest rates have a bad day, and vice versa. So watch what happens in the stock market. It'll kind of be the leader of the direction. And that's kind of weird too, because the size of the bond market is double the size of the stock market, but the stock market does kind of lead the direction here. So if we see the stock market kind of weaken and falter, that will be good news for interest rates ahead. To me, I think that after a nice run up in interest rates, a nice run up in bond prices and reduction in interest rates, it's only natural to see a little bit of a pullback like we got on Friday from kind of taking some of the profits off the table, so to speak. So I think that the bond market kind of regains its footing and then resumes its positive ways. So I think that the outlook ahead is still very favorable for rates. All right, hope you have a great week ahead. We'll talk to you soon. Remember, to get your free trial to MBS Highway, follow this information every day along with the tools that you can use to succeed, beat your competition, and be a better resource to both your customers and referral sources. It's a free trial. Take it. Bye-bye.
Today's Master the Markets was brought to you by United Wholesale Mortgage.
This is Mortgage News Network.